Coach, you had a strong win over IU East this past Tuesday night. I know how you are, though. Always looking, for a little bit more, not trying to be satisfied. What areas of improvement would you have liked to have seen, and are you just still looking for at this point in the season?
Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of room for growth still, especially on the defensive end. Just details, executing our ball screen defense, making sure that we're protecting the rim in our ball screen coverage. I thought that was a little bit porous against IU East. Our transition defense could have been better, our gaps. But again, we show that we got a lot of guys that can score. Obviously, we had 6, I think, in double figures, and that's the strength of our team offensively. We got a lot of different guys. The go-to guy for us is always going to be the open guy.
I know that you weren't too pleased with your free throw shooting the other night. Obviously, it's been a strength so far this season as a whole. I think of guys like Evan, Almar, and just touching on Almar, he's 20 of 20 from the free throw line this season. And obviously, he's brought a lot of skill with him here. But can you just talk about what that consistency does for the team? And then also just, is there anything that has kind of like surprised you, from an ability standpoint, just from what he's brought to the team this season?
Yeah, I think number one, we want to get to the free throw line a lot. We try to play north and south, try to draw a lot of fouls. We get there a lot. And we have really good shooters. And we shoot a lot of free throws, both in practice live and outside of practice. So we expect to make our free throws when we get there. And then you mentioned Almar. Hopefully he didn't jinx him, but he's obviously a terrific shooter. From three, from free throw line, wherever he's at on the floor, I think it's going in. Just his feel. I mean, he can obviously really shoot the ball, but he can score inside. He can really pass. He can make decisions. He can drive it. He's just a matchup problem. And we have in our offense, it's very free flowing, and we have a lot of guys who know how to play. And I think he looks he's fit in perfectly offensively.
You welcome Maine this Saturday. What are you expecting from the Black Bears?
Number one, don't look at the record. Chris does a great job coaching. Their head coach is a terrific coach. They're one of the best defensive teams in the country. If you look at their numbers, that would show that. They struggled a little bit on the offensive end here, shooting the ball and stuff, but they're going to be very competitive. They're going to play hard. They're disruptive. They steal the ball a lot. They get out in transition via their defense. Mm-hmm. And then they're going to run a lot of set plays. They're going to try to control that tempo, though. They want it to be a slower pace game. And we got to try to keep it up tempo. So it'll be a battle of tempo for sure. But bringing back Ryan Mabry, who played here for 2 years. Ryan had 2 really good years as an all-freshman team member here in the MAC his freshman year. Obviously, he's an elite shot maker, one of the best shooters in all college basketball. And there's some nice Maine ties here to Miami. Obviously Jude Killey, their director of athletics, was here for a long time. Jason Grunkemeyer played here, coached here as well at one point, as associate AD at Maine. So going to have some familiar faces in the building with those 3, with Ryan, Jason, and Jude. So, but got a lot of respect for their program.
How important is it to, obviously you want to get a win, but just, continue the momentum that you've built before you prepare for a 4-game away stretch?
Yeah, got to protect home court. I think that's extremely important. That's a hallmark of all great programs. You got to be able to win at home, and we got to do that this Saturday. And it's listen. It's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a hard game. They've had a hard schedule, hard traveling schedule. I think they got stuck in D.C. due to like the snowstorm, and then they went straight to Athens, Ohio last night, and now they're coming here. But I know this: we're going to get their best shot. So my focus is totally solely on them and how we're in our preparation to get that win on Saturday.
You will also be officially debuting the Cradle of Coaches jerseys throughout your time here. You've talked about playing for those who came and played before. What does it just mean to you? Just that history and just the opportunity to kind of just reflect on that.
Yeah, it's an honor to be here. To represent all those that came before us, all the former players, managers, coaches, Cradle of Coaches game. Having Daryl Hedrick here in the stands at all of our home games is just incredible. It's an honor. What he helped build here is just incredible. And then what Charlie Coles and the Herb Sendeks, and there's just been a lineage of incredible coaches that have coached here. So I'm honored to be here and just very, very lucky.